Okay, so this is Combo Lance versus Victor. I hope the deck wasn't too confusing, and I know it was quite long. And once you know how how things go with this deck, it's not that complicated. This game happened a couple of days ago, so I was still on payday and not Sanctuary, as I showed in the deck. But you're gonna see how useless it is, discarding like gambits and all. But anyway, the only card I'm worried about in Victor is Sorcerer of India and possibly Brack Soldier, the card that counters haste. But to be honest, it's quite easy to win around Brack Soldier, and that's exactly what we're going to see here. Yeah, Anmar Skull wasn't a very traditional Victor card, but other than that, it's a pretty standard Victor that you're going to encounter on Quick Match. So here you see the problem I was talking about with Bazaar and Smokescreen. Had I not played a Word of the Prophet, I would have given an extra card to my opponent without drawing myself. And here we have it again. No, drawing on Smokescreen on turn 4 wasn't really necessary. I think he only had 4 power on the board, but it depends on what you have in hand, and if you're looking for cards you might want to play more just to cycle through your deck. Here I got a little lucky with the triple Smokescreen, but I still do not have what I need to go ahead and combo off. So I'm gonna take a bunch of damage here, and this is where not playing the turn 4 Smokescreen would have helped. Instead of taking 4, now I'm taking, I don't know, what is this, 12? But that's okay. I mean, those decks, they don't have a lot of burst damage potential, so you can easily go down to 12, 10, and even less. Here Payday was crap because and he had Sorcerer of India. I would have lost the game right there and then. And sometimes you have to open yourself up, because I mean there aren't a lot of ways to win with this deck, and I can't take 16 damage here. So here I'm not even using Lance's ability. I'm gonna need at least 3 turns. At this point, I don't care about giving him cards. Once again, I'm gonna open myself to Sorcerer of India, which isn't the best plan, but like I said, I'm gonna need to go for it at some point. And he had not played one after 20 cards, so odds that he had one aren't that great. I mean, he would have won had he had it last turn, so I felt okay playing it. But it was a bit stupid, I think, because I would have won this turn with the cape. And here we go, 3 turns through Brack Soldier. There's another neat game here, the last one I played, against the Aramia Wisp deck. And he had the nut draw. And this one was less linear. I had to scramble a lot to get my kill. Oh yeah, and Fate Breaker was annoying. It's not a card. I mean, it kills Lalo, it kills Bad Santa, it kills Word of the Prophet. it's a very bad card for me. Lalo is a card you can easily sacrifice because you only need one. All the others are superfluous, so you can sack the first one you see. Depending on your hand, I mean, keeping the first one is usually a good idea because you're gonna need one to combo. But if you draw multiples early, it's a very easy sacrifice, and depending on what you have in your hand, you can sacrifice Lalo or even play it on turn 3 like I did here. And at that point, I know, like, he already has, what is it, 12 damage on the board, so I can't risk it. I need to lay low. I play my second of the game, so it's not ideal, and he's gonna go up to, I think, 18 points of damage on the board here. And I can't go down to 2, because if I use Smokescreen to stall, then I'm open to fireballs. So yeah, it's turn 5. He has a gazillion damage on the board. I've used 2 of my Lalos. And against him, I don't mind going to multiple items. I don't. And this deck never plays Sorcerer of India. Another Fate Breaker is annoying. At this point, I'm digging very hard to find smoke screens. And if you counted right, this is my this is my third Lalo. I think by the end of the game he's gonna have 53 power on the board. Here I think was a slight mistake on his part. He doesn't need to buff his things. And it won't change much, but the difference between dealing 26 and 28 damage isn't that great for me. But it could be relevant. Digging and digging some more. Using Shrine to bounce Lalo is not really optimal, and when you're just stalling, you want to use Smokescreen, but you gotta do what you gotta do to pull through, and here he's almost through his whole deck. I usually outdraw people, but can't keep up with triple Glimmer of Hope. So, my third Lalo goes to the bin. I need to have the fourth one in hand to have any chance of winning. And I did. I remember that I did. Another easy sacrifice is Knight of Unaxio. You're only ever going to need one, and except, I mean, if you see death traps and things like that, you might want to use one to trigger a trap, but it's usually losing proposition. It's okay to... I'd rather stop thief the trap to accelerate my plan and just play a single knight. So that's ladle number 4 here, and he's dead next turn. Well, I still need to find one ability for Knight. I need to have a Shrine, and that was very big on this part, but I had both Shrines in my hand. I also had other cards, like a Bad Santa. I don't remember what I had before drawing, though. Well, yeah, so that's Combo Lance. I think you should try it. It's a very fun deck, very different, and it's obviously not tier 1 and the most consistent thing, but looking at my history, the last 23 games I played, I won 14 of them, so I mean, it's still a very, very good deck, and especially if you're playing in tournaments that don't enforce a deck lock, so you can, but you have a hero lock. It's a very nice style for Lance, so you could go attachment heavy, standard, control Lance, or combo. So you offer a lot of different angles of attack.